In February, I shot a video on Zippo's repair warranty and how they will fix and or replace anything. The end result I didn't like too much. I wasn't expecting it, and I wanted to show you guys how Zippo can fix their lighters. But since the lighters were so new, and I guess I didn't have enough of a compelling story, instead of them trying to fix it, they decided just to replace it, which was still nice, but I felt like I didn't get the result I wanted to show you guys. So yesterday I got this Zippo, and like I said in the video, I shot February. I would eventually come up with another Zippo to mangle and send off to Zippo to have fixed. This is just a normal flat black matte lighter made in 2014, and it's had a lot of beating done to it, and I will show you the specific damage on it. But the impressive thing is it still lights, it still works, and I think that will be the major selling point on getting Zippo to fix it in the message I send with it. Okay, so I will show you a few little details about the lighter and show you the major damage, and when I get it back I will combine the two videos to show the aftermath of the repair. The insert itself fared fairly well, but the dent in the case crimped it into the case. So to pull it in and out of the case, you need a pair of pliers. Needless to say, Zippo always replaces the insert, no matter if the insert itself is fully working order or not. They will always replace the insert. So this will be replaced. It's not going to be fixed. But it's still working. It's still pretty impressive. Like stated in the warranty, the case finish itself will not be fixed. This lighter will still be scratched up like it is. I made it look like it had been ran over by a car because, well, it had been ran over by a car, but I took it to the next step to make it look really worn out and damaged for you guys. I also ended up breaking the hinge, and that will have to be replaced. But the case itself is sort of straight in areas, but in other areas it isn't. There's a lot of dents on the top. They may not be fixed. Zippo only removes the dents that they deem as a problem to the functionality of the lighter itself and the insert and removal of the insert. So a large dent in the cap would be fixed on the face, but a large dent on the top may not be fixed. What they use is a jig that is the shape of the case, and they basically mash it onto the jig to fix the dents. And if the jig doesn't get to a certain part of the dent's not going to be popped out. Zippo just wants the case to be square enough for the Zippo insert itself to work. Here's the evidence of the really big dent that is inside this case. It has a huge dent, and when you see it next, there won't be one there. I will be showing you everything, that I show you in this video in the aftermath of them repairing it. And of course the hinge will be replaced, so this won't be two parts the next time you see it. And I will have a fully functional Zippo that just looks a little rough around the edges, but will be fully functional like it was when it came to the factory. Before I send my Zippo off, I would like to address people who find disgust in the topic of this video and how I damaged the Zippo. I myself cannot stand people mistreating Zippos. And like I said, this video purpose was only to show that Zippo will fix anything. I myself am a Zippo collector, and I do not condone damaging Zippos intentionally, nor am I exploiting Zippo in any way. I'm just making this video to show people what Zippo can do to fix your Zippo. For proof, on eBay, I purposely buy broken Zippos and have Zippo repair them to use them as users. And to use them as a user, I bring a Zippo that was either A, going to be sold to someone who would take care of it, or B, be thrown away because it had been in the junk drawer because it hadn't worked for years. I save Zippos. I give them new life. And in fact, the Zippo that I am sending off to Bradford to be fixed, that's the topic of this video, will also become a daily user. In fact, it's been a daily user since I damaged it. I put a temporary fix on the hinge and used it for a few days while I let the fluid evaporate from it. I'd also like to address that when you mail a Zippo to Zippo through the mail, there cannot be any lighter fluid in it because, well, it's technically a federal offense because you're mailing an explosive basically through the mail. It's against the law. So you have to have the fuel evaporate before you mail them out, which is what I did. Finally, I wanted to show you these three right here. The bottom two are going to Zippo with this one. The bottom one's a late 49 through 51. The middle one's a 68. And the top one I will show a few before pictures of right after this segment of the video is over. The top one's a 78 and was in the same situation the bottom two were in. The bottom two I bought purposely for users, and you'll see why they need fixed. They're missing their tops. And in fact, the inserts themselves aren't even original, and the insert on the left is actually stuck. But when I get them back, they will be working just like brand new lighters, and they will have new tops on them, and they will have a good long life ahead of them being used. And like so, the 78 I sent to Zippo got a new top on it. I'll show you before pictures of this. I also did a pasty on it for my own personal preference. It's just I had it laying around. It's not like I'm selling it. I'm not misrepresenting anything. It's strictly a pasty right there. Pasty means that I applied the emblem myself and it wasn't for the factory. Also, I had my signature engraved from a friend who has a laser engraver. And this is one of my daily users. It's got a brand new insert in it. It's not filled right now because I haven't used it in a few weeks, but I do use it on occasion, and it's got a whole new life. And you'll see in the pictures after this segment of the video, it really was saved from a basically doom. Anyway, like I said, I am not condoning anyone to do this. Do not exploit Zippo. You know, I just personally did this to show you what they'll do to fix it. And, you know, I'm sending out a letter saying that I'd really like it fixed. Because I actually do like this lighter now that I've used it a few days. It's got a bit of me on it now. So, anyway. Well, I am going to end this video segment and show you the pictures of this one, before and after, and you'll see I really do care about Zippos. One last thing before I upload the pictures of this, I also will be showing a few pictures of another Zippo that actually went through a similar catastrophe as this one, except this was intentional, and the one that I bought from eBay, I didn't do it myself, apparently had actually in fact been ran over by a car and abused by its previous owner, and it was no better than getting ready for the trash heap. And I saved it by sending it to Zippo. They squared it up and made it look pretty nice, and it works like a brand new Zippo again. I don't have it with me right now. It's actually another one of my users, but it's put away right now. And after you see the pictures of that, you'll understand why I'm shooting this video, because I want video proof that Zippo will repair your lighter. And I didn't do it with that one. That one had a mismatched insert in it from the early 90s. It was a 2004 lighter, and it appears to have been ran over by a car. The insert was crimped into it. I couldn't actually, in fact, pull the insert out. It was that crimped in. And I basically believed that Zippo wouldn't have a chance in heck to fix it. And they did. So I will also be uploading pictures of that lighter before and after. Anyway, after these pictures have been uploaded, the next video will be of the return of these 3 Zippos, and you'll see the before and after and how well they have been repaired. Exactly 1 week from when I shipped them out to be repaired, I received all 3 of these back today. And from earlier in the video, I want to clarify that when Zippo replaces an insert, they always return your original inserts. At the end of this video showing off the repairs, I will show some pictures of what they looked like when they came back from the factory repair center, and also the pictures of the before and after. So let's get to it. First off, I want to show you the black one, the main subject of the video. Zippo did a great job fixing it. By the way, in the pictures you'll notice that there's paint right here on the top of this spot weld. It was bubbled up, and when I was handling it after the pictures, it flaked off. But like I said in the beginning, the warranty does not cover the finish. That's why it still looks the way it does. But the case is about 90% square now. There's only a light dent right here, and that's where that big giant dent was that made this morph into that. And the neat thing is the original insert, even dented like that, still fits and works in here if I'd want to switch them out. Anyway, to continue, this Zippo has a brand new insert in it. It's been rehinged. In the pictures you'll see a letter. Actually, I have the letter right here. If you want to pause on that and read it, go ahead. But it will also be in the pictures at the end. And anyway, it basically says to do the spot welds, they have to remove the paint in that area to do an efficient spot weld. Anyway, the inside is nearly perfectly square now. You can barely see a little indentation coming out through there, but basically there really isn't anything there now. You can just barely make out a little hill, but this little dent is all that's left of that one dent. And like I said, they didn't fix this dent up here. It's not where inhibit the use of the insert, so they didn't fix it. It's not a big deal. They straightened out the lid where it was indented in the center, about right here, and they made the case so nice and square that you can fit any insert in it again, which is an excellent plus. Altogether, this lighter works almost as good, if not exactly the same, as it did when it came from the factory. And I'd light it up, but it's not filled right now. But I know for a fact it's got to work. And it works the way it's supposed to. The hinge is nice and hooked up now, and it just looks nice and square now. I can't say it looks great, but of course, like I said, the warranty doesn't cover the finish. Anyway, well, that's that Zippo. Let's move on to the next. Before we move on to the next, I just wanted to show you the original insert in the black one compared to the new one. They managed to pop that dent out, and now instead of this one being the only one that would fit in the case, like I said earlier, any insert can now fit in it. And that is a big difference in size. Here are the two lighters that got repaired. The mid 49 through I think 51, and the 68. They have brand new tops on them, which of course don't match perfectly yet, and probably never will. But with a lot of use, they may end up matching. But remember, these tops are brand new factory. So that means one lighter is almost 40 years old and has a brand new top made in the last few months, where other ones over 60. You know, there will be some big differences in the top. These lighters will be used again. And a neat thing is if you special request a certain type of insert, like a pipe insert, they will automatically put one in if you just write it in the message. This is my first pipe insert. I requested it just to have one. I have a lot of these inserts, regular inserts laying around. So I figured it'd be nice to have one of these, get it for free. They're going to be replacing the insert anyway, why not get a different one? So it works just like brand new factory. And the mid 49 through 51, it's got a regular insert in it. It works. They both work great. So, in conclusion, these three have been masterfully rebuilt and will have long lives ahead of them. Like I said earlier, the only purpose of this video is to show you what Zippo can do and what they will do to repair your Windproof lighter. They will go above and beyond to fix one, even if it's extremely damaged. If you have sentimental attachment to it, they'll fix it. And this was just an example. Please do not exploit Zippo. But for Zippos like this, where they may be considered trash, you can go have them fixed and have a great working lighter that will last forever if they're taken care of well. And even if your lighter's just worn out, send it to them. You can't beat a free repair. Sure, it will cost the price of postage, which was roughly $5 and something, but send them bulk lighters. Send like 20. It's all going to cost the same in a flat rate box. And they'll all be fixed, have brand new inserts put into them, and still come back with the originals. And if Zippo can't fix it, if you write in the message that, for instance, if you can't fix this, quote unquote, please return it to me, they will still return you your original lighter, but they'll also find one that's similar to it to return with it, so you still have a working Zippo. So let's say this is a special edition lighter. They made like 50 of them and it got destroyed. They can't fix it. They'll find one that was similar to that special edition, because of course there aren't any in the backlog, and they'll send you a replacement with your old lighter, and you'll still have your old original lighter, and you'll end up getting a replacement one too, which will work. And in the previous video, I didn't say I wanted the old ones back, so I didn't get the old ones back. But I believe there's a grace period where they keep your Zippos on record before they trash them. And if you get a hold of them within the 2 weeks of getting your returns, they will send out your old ones. That's what I hear. I've never been able to verify it. But if you forget to write that in the message and they only send you back a replacement, you can try to contact them and see how that goes. You'll probably end up getting your old one back. But like I said, if you just write in the message that you want your old one back no matter what, they'll send back the old one with the replacement. So if they can't fix it, they'll replace it and still send back your old one. So for all the people out there who don't like this video, please just remember it was just intended to show a purpose. Zippo will fix your lighter, and they'll jump through hurdles to try their best to fix any damage. Of course, if it was shredded up, they can't fix it. But if it was just mangled with a lot of dents and stuff, and the case itself wasn't really torn brass or something, they'll be able to fix it usually. Just tell them how much you love it, and they'll see that they need to fix it. Thank you for watching. Here come the before and after pictures and the delivery pictures. Thank you.